Good morning to you.
How is your situation from how you see it, or what have you been told about your situation as we go forward into this busy week of 3 matches?
Quite an easy one. We go into a very important week for the club, and my job is to prepare that in the best way possible.
Do you see yourself as being in an audition for the job?
I wouldn't call it an audition. In the end, I think that we managed to create some enthusiasm and momentum over the last 2 games, and what matters is that we managed to keep that going.
Have you had any indications from the board as to how the future looks?
In the end, again, it's important. We have such a big game coming up tomorrow, which is going to demand a lot from us, and then we take it from there.
Can I ask you what your focus has been during the international break? Because it's always difficult when you haven't got a lot of players. So how have you dealt with that period, or what have you used it for?
So straight after the Wednesday game, we had 2 days off. Had 2 very intense training sessions where we filled up the team with some boys from the 21s. So we managed to get some good work in 2 days. And then since we are now going into a very busy period, I think it was important for everyone, not just for the players, but also for the staff, that we have a short break. Came back in on the Monday. Had an easy session on the Monday, a very big session on the Tuesday, a very big session on the Wednesday, and now good to go into the Charlton game.
You are obviously a young man who has done a lot of coaching, and you've got experience from your time at Barnsley, which was very successful with Valerian Ismail, for example. So what have you learnt about working in the Championship? What are the sort of fundamentals do you feel that teams need in this division, because it is such a brutal division?
Well, there's definitely no easy games. I think that is very clear. Also, if you look at the results, there's not many games that finish with more than 1 goal difference. So even if you come on top, you will always need to hold on till the very end. And I think what we need to integrate more and more into the team, that there will be spells that we need to suffer in. And I think you could see that against QPR, to get over those moments of suffering within the game. And that is going to be important going forwards.
Who are your influences? You want to be your own man, I get that. But we've all got influences of people that have affected us in life, or given us good advice or not, or we've learnt from. How do you view, where do you take your guidance from, as it were, when it comes to your coaching philosophies?
That's a good question.
It could be all your own, but yeah.
Listen, I just think that football more and more becomes more international. There's many players coming in from different countries, if that is in the Championship, if that is in the Premier League. And I think it is just so important to first and foremost understand the culture of the club and the community. I think that is the most important thing wherever you go. And second of all, understand where each individual player is coming from. And I was lucky enough to work with very different managers from different cultural backgrounds in different countries. Lucky enough to work in different countries, and I think that helps you if you settle into a new project to understand quickly what a club is about. And that for me is the main thing from the coaching journey so far.
And has it, this 2 weeks, given you an opportunity to set your own sort of culture a little bit, how you want things to be done, what you expect to be done, or how you hope things will be done, because you'll have your own ideas of what makes a good dressing room or a good manager?
Well, it's more than the dressing room, to be fair. I think if you look at this building, for example, and I tried to say this in one of the first press conferences, how important it is to have the whole building on board, and every single one on board. And again, if that goes to the kitchen, if that goes to whoever opens up the gate for you in the morning, and it is just so important that we have that feeling as a club, together with the fans and with the community, that we are all in this together. And I think that gives the energy that we will need to win football games.
And how do you view your own leadership in that? Because obviously coaching is one thing, leadership is another thing, and they go together. So how would you like us to see you evolve as a leader? How do you think you are as that in that sort of role?
Clarity. I think what players need, what a club needs, what a structure needs, is always clarity. And I try to give that from the very first day, and I think that you can see some bits on that on the pitch, and that for me is fundamental going forward.
You've made a really good start, and now you've got a really big week. And obviously there's lots of noise around the club still because of your interim status. How do you keep all that away and focus on 3 games coming very quickly?
Starting with Charlton is a very tough team. I heard this morning that the away section is going to be sold out, so we will have massive support coming from our supporters, and if we have them behind us, I think that we will go into a very good game tomorrow.
What are you expecting? I know what I think we're expecting from Nathan Jones' side, a very high pressing, very high tempo team who are at you. Is that exactly what you're, how do you view them?
I would say that Nathan Jones has a very clear identity. This is not just with Charlton. I remember playing against him when he was at Luton as a manager, and obviously different formation back then, but the way his teams play, the way is very clear, with a very clear identity. So there will be they will be very direct, they will be very aggressive, they will use every moment, every set piece to get balls into our box, and we need to be ready for that.
And how are you enjoying the challenge of being on the touchline and match days? You've done it twice, you've won twice. When you're dealing with the opponents, when you're dealing with what you've got to make decisions about during a game, the in-play brain working, how are you enjoying that?
Well, to be fair, it's not much difference if you then go from 21s to a first team. Obviously, the game is a little bit quicker, but the challenge and the job stays the same. And then for me, it's about us. Luckily, we have an excellent coaching staff, so also for decisions at halftime, I have excellent support from the staff, and then we try to influence the game in the best way possible.
Are you enjoying it? Would you want to carry on doing it, even if it's as interim, for as long as it takes?
Yeah, well, I'm enjoying it. I said that I enjoyed every single day at Southampton so far, in whatever role that is, and for the moment, it's preparing a game against Charlton.
Just on injuries, please. You've had a few players who obviously were out before the break. Yeah. I know some are longer term, like Ross, Shea. Yeah. People like Elias Yellett, Ryan Fraser's been missing, Cameron Archer. How's the status of those players ahead of the weekend?
So first of all, Mats from the last game got a knock on the knee when he got subbed off, and he is not at 100% yet, so that's going to take a little bit longer. Then Welly will be back in the team. Ryan Fraser is fit for selection. Elias is going to take a little bit longer. Flynn will be traveling with us tomorrow, so he's fine. That's good news. Yes, Oriel is going to take a little bit longer still. He is very much looking forward to getting involved in team training, and he will have his first session with the team today, which obviously will be a very light one, but just to get that feeling of being around. But we will need to be patient with him because it is going to take a couple more weeks. Yes.
Have you enjoyed your time? Have you spent some time with Oriel? He'll know things about this club that a lot of people might not. He's a super bloke. Yes. He's a great guy. Have you enjoyed his company so far? Have you managed to find out what he really wants with his time back here?
Yeah. And not just me, I think that everyone enjoys his company. He just has gravity in his persona and the way he carries himself at the training ground, and obviously a lot of experience in different countries. Had a spell in Germany also, so we had a quick chat about that the other day. And you can just tell that he loves Southampton Football Club. So the decision for him then, as soon as the offer came, was a very easy one, and I'm sure that he will add to the team off and on the pitch.
And do you see him as someone who can help you in your role because of his experience and his gravitas?
Yeah, definitely. But not just him. I think that we have some very experienced players in the team, and if I can say this, they have been great so far. Have been excellent, not just for me personally, but I think also for the group and making everyone understand what Southampton should stand for. And I'm sure that Oriel will fit right in.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.